Hey guys, today's Crystalac tip of the day is going to be layer thickness, and there's a lot to cover, so I'm going to talk really fast. Now, your ability to get Crystalac to the thinness that it needs to be is greatly going to impact your success with the product, and it's also going to impact your level of frustration with the product, especially if you're coming from epoxy, because it's applied much thinner than epoxy is. And so it's really important to understand how thin each layer needs to be and get those habits established early on to avoid issues in the future. So why do we need things to be so thin? It's simply because of the way it dries. We've talked about it. It dries from the top down. So you have a layer of product that you've added, and this very surface level is going to dry quickly. And then the bottom is going to work its way up as it slowly dries. And if it has too far to go to dry, it's just not going to dry. It's going to stay soft, or it's going to peel easily. Or it's going to force its way up through that top dry layer and create orange peel. So either way, it's not a good idea. You want to keep your layers very thin. So what does that look like? What we like to say is the thickness of 2 sheets of paper. And I know that's not the easiest to understand when it comes to liquid, but go grab 2 sheets of computer paper, put them between your fingers, and you can feel just how thin that actually is. And so I think that's a really good idea for people starting out, just to get a good tactile understanding of really that the layers need to be very thin. Now, when you're ready to apply, I recommend starting out by using your bare finger. Again, it's that tactile response to your brain to get an idea of what's going on. What you're looking for is that your finger should glide along the cup smoothly. Everything should feel wet. There shouldn't be any drag, and there shouldn't be any dryness. But when you pick up your finger, it shouldn't have any product dripping off of your finger either. If you've got drips, you've got too much product. Another way to stress test is after you've applied everything to your cup, pull it off the turner and hold it vertically for about 30 seconds. If you have any drips, you are applying too much. Now, one of the things we get is, well, how much? Can you tell me how much with a measurement? And the answer is no, because each layer is going to differ with how much product, especially if you're using something like glitter, where it's going to absorb the product early on and you're going to use less and less each layer. However, if you are just getting started out and you're having a really hard time getting that layer of thickness, watch my next video. I'm going to give you some recommendations for how to measure out a certain amount of product and apply it to a cup, just to try and get an idea of exactly what that thickness needs to be. And I'm also going to show you just how I'm applying Bright Tone. So check that out, and then if you continue to have issues, feel free to send me a video of you applying, and we can work through and troubleshoot from there. Hopefully that helps.